everybody, this is Mike with On Point Preparedness. I've got a really interesting video for you all tonight. If you follow Drudge Report, you may have seen this really popular article about mysterious booms being heard all around the world, specifically and mostly in and around the United States of America. Now, these mysterious booms have been happening for about the past 5 to 10 years, but they have returned en masse in 2017. Again, through this article, about 64 locations. And when you drive into this article, and I will put a link in the YouTube description box, this is not a hoax. It's being reported by lots of local news agencies. Here you can see this graph from the USGS where they've actually recorded the noise from this boom, but they're saying it was not the result of an earthquake. And if you look at some of the tweets that are in this article, you can see here, loud boom heard. We do not see anything indicating a large fire smoke on radar or satellite, nothing on USGS indicating an earthquake. We don't have an answer. Basically, they think it's going to be a sonic boom from an aircraft or a meteorite. This other tweet here, still no explanation for the booms. No explanation from USGS, NOAA, EMA. They're waiting to hear back from NASA. But these booms have been occurring again for about the past decade, but definitely in 2017 we've had a lot of them, and at least what the media is telling us is there is no explanation. But is there? And so I want to show you guys a little bit of research. So from this Daily UK article, they've actually plotted out on a map the United States and Great Britain. You can see those are the two areas that have the most of these mysterious booms. But they've plotted them out on a map. I want to focus in on the United States right now because that's a greater amount of area and terrain, and there's a lot more of these booms. And I will touch on the UK just a little bit, but I want to focus on the US first. So I looked at Dutch Sense's website, and he's got this map of the entire world, and the arrows that you are seeing is the displacement of energy caused by tectonic plate movement. And so this is after his years of researching seismology. He's put together this map saying this is how he sees energy displacement from the tectonic plates. And so if you see up on the Pacific Northwest near Washington State some activity, you'll see that transfer all the way down those arrows. So what I wanted to do is overlay his map on top of these booms. And so check this out. So here's the map from Daily UK, and here is Dutch Sense's map with the tectonic plate movement. And you'll start to see that there is a lot of similarity with where these booms are at and where the tectonic plate energy is basically displaced. You see this curve here. So you see along the northwest to southwest, you've got at least 5 data points there, 5 booms, again, following that line. And then here's the interesting trend as you start to get into this curve. So you see in the Midwest, it goes up through Michigan and Illinois and Ohio, then back down to Georgia and Alabama and Florida, and then all the way up the East Coast. So because all these booms are happening across the continental U.S. and there's so much area and the large majority of them are in the U.S., it more clearly indicates this trend, this curve that you're seeing. And going back to the original map, you'll see that there's a large cluster of these in Britain. But when we look at the size of Britain compared to the US, it's a very small landmass. And so when you overlay it with the Dutch Sense map, you really can't see as good of a trend as you did in the continental US. So again, guys, this trend, it doesn't completely align with the arrows here, but it's pretty dang close. And I don't believe that these are just sonic booms. I don't believe that this is meteors coming into the atmosphere, because we would have seen the flashes of light like we've seen in all the other incidents around Russia and California and things of that nature. I really do believe that this is somehow tied to the Earth. We've already seen our fair share of major earthquakes. I mean, the latest now in Iraq and Iran. We had Mexico. We've seen 2 pretty rare near 4.0 earthquakes on the New Madrid. You just really need to have a plan. Make sure that you are physically preparing in addition to being emotionally prepared for what's to come, as well as spiritually prepared for what's to come. The earthquakes in diverse places, as the Bible predicted, is not over. I think these sonic booms, or these mysterious booms, as people are calling it, are just a signal that there may be a really big earthquake that's in store, particularly for the U.S., because that's where you're seeing a lot of this activity. Again, all this stuff is coming on the heels of that solar eclipse. To me, that was a prophetic warning. Mexico got hit with those earthquakes. We had the devastating hurricanes, and now I think it's going to be the earth. The earth is going to start shaking. So remember, just don't be fearful. Have a plan. And just be ready. This is Mike with On Point Preparedness. See ya.